With 2 rounds under your belt in the EMX125 championship, and I definitely think it's fair to say the results definitely don't respect the speed, so you should definitely be happy with your speed from the first 2 rounds, but on paper, just that's the frustrating bit.
Yeah, in Sardinia the speed was there, just same 2 races kind of outside the top 25 at the start, came through to about 18, then second lap, both races crashed, back to last, was hitting green laps, lap after lap in race 1 and 2, nearly even fast lap of the race coming through traffic, but another crash and put me down bike, and just the heat of Sardinia, just couldn't even nearly take myself, lift the bike up, so you know, the speed was in Sardinia but just no results. And then here the qualifying wasn't as good, it was 8th, but times are tight. 0.3 would have took me to 5th, and then so it was alright, just went to the gate, but same start, outside top 25, but kept it upright, up through the 12 first couple laps, and started picking my way through the faster boys, Dustin, Ernecker, all the top boys, got into 5th, and then I caught right up to 4th, but I couldn't make my way by, and then one of the leaders crashed, and the last lap I ended up getting by him for 4th there in the first race, so was hoping for a podium, missed again. Then the second race, start crash right at the back, and the bike was bent, just couldn't really do anything. Yeah, just no luck, but hopefully soon I'll be up on the podium.
And just on the first round, how did you feel going to the first round? Because it's probably your first EMX year where you're expecting to be a front runner, really. Maybe a bit overexcited, but that's to be expected, probably.
Yeah, the Dutch Masters race kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, made it that I am one of the big, like the top front runners, because I was running up front there, and there's not many boys missing from them races. But yeah, the first round I was excited because I know it's probably my best track to try and win, and I had the speed to win, and just couldn't make it happen.
And obviously in the off season you were racing, Italy, Holland, you name it. I feel like this is probably the best off season you've ever had, and some unbelievably rough tracks as well, which is great for GP prep.
Yeah, just you can practice all you want, but you can never replicate a race. So the fitness, you just keep getting fitter every time you race. You know, the more gate drops is definitely improving the speed and fitness.
And I have to ask you about Lierop. It's on my bucket list to go there someday. What was it like to race there? Just unbelievably rough.
It was good. Crashed both times there, start crash, but came through, rough track, probably good for me, my fitness and all, but I'd happily never set foot back in it. Suffering you have to go through, and no, it was good.
And just to talk about your first moto here, it was a 4th, but it wasn't an easy 4th. You done it the hard way. You had to pass all those guys. A, how did it feel to do that and come off over the line in 4th? And B, that must give you confidence, and especially if you can get starts, it'll make your life a lot easier.
Yeah, I seen Dustin in front of me, and I was like, he's coming back towards me, he's not pulling away, and I was like, I need to try and make pass on these 2 front runners that were expected to maybe win this championship. I went by them, not easy, but I passed them and put 15-20 seconds into them, and yeah, just knowing you can do some win a race last week, so I passed someone that can win a race, so and if I got away, I probably could end up winning the race.
And just on the EMX125 championship, obviously nobody from home seems to do it. You're the first one, really. Yeah. Just how valuable has it been in order to help you grow and as a rider, and hopefully make a career out of this, at least be a decent GP rider in the future, hopefully?
Yeah, just from there's not a lot of people from home doing GPs, even from the UK, doing GPs, Watson, maybe Bobby Bruce. But yeah, just with Crocker here, and he knows what it's to be like and run up front in GP, so yeah, it's good to have Crocker and my dad obviously telling me stuff here what I need to be doing.
And obviously you made the early decision to stay with your setup from last year, but you've got the Fantic and you've got Matty doing the engines. Just how much of a step up is the machinery, and like, is it far away from what those guys would have been on last year, like Volk and Escandale?
No, exact same bike, suspension and everything's the same. The bike handles a lot better. Even I haven't rode hardpack much this winter, and I came here, and I'd say this was probably going to be one of my worst tracks, but it ended up nearly being my best. So yeah, the bike, handling wise and speed wise, a lot better.
And obviously you've got your own setup. It's not easy on the budget. Do you think long term this is just sustainable, or is the hope that you get a ride with the top team in maybe the next couple of years?
Yeah, hopefully get more. Just need more results to get the team looking, but hopefully, because it's not easy just in the wee van ourselves. But then when you win, you only have two boys celebrating with you, my dad and the other boys have about 10. But then it feels a bit better if you're doing it like this, beating them, the big boys that have all the support.
And the last time I was talking to you, you didn't really have a base in Europe. Have you still not got much of a base? Are you still hoteling it, or
yeah.
what? Really? Still?
Yeah. And in the van, just driving nowhere.
And what's that like? I mean, it must be pretty difficult. Like, it would be nice to have somewhere at least.
It would be nice to settle down somewhere, but just budget wise, and I get away from school, so it's alright. Like, but no, it's not easy.
And expectations for the rest of the year. I mean, you showed your speed was good at Riola. You showed your speed was good here. Two very different tracks.
Yeah.
So that must help with the confidence that you can ride all these different type of tracks.
Yeah, that was my worst fear when I go to hardpack. I'm not going to be as good, but I'd like to get on that podium and then just keep getting on the podium, because the championship's up in there at the minute. Boys are DNF from there, left, right and centre. So.
And it's a bit early in the season, but have you thought about anything for next year yet? Obviously it might depend on what opportunities you get, but at the same time it might not be a bad decision to stay one more year and maybe go for the title and learn.
Yeah, I don't know yet, because 250, I've done a EMX125 race last year, so
yep.
4 points, so I don't know really, to be honest, just see what it brings.
Have you done many laps on a 250 4-stroke, or has it all been on the 2-stroke?
No, I've never done a 4-stroke. I have a CM1 Cas Folk Road last year, the 250 stroke Fantic. I rode it fast net down at practicing, so maybe do Longmore this year in EMX125.
And obviously your dad revamped McGilligan. It's completely different now from what I believe. What has that been like? That must have been a big help actually.
Yeah, big help. As I said, the GP boys that prep these tracks have actually came over and done it, so yeah. Just it doesn't get as rough as what a GP, but it's the same sort of layout, the jumps, big jumps, just getting used to it. Yeah.
And if you keep riding like this, you must think you have a chance of riding for Team Ireland at the end of the year.
Yeah, hopefully that's an opportunity at Matterley. Rode there last year, but see what happens with whatever's going on back at home.
Perfect, thanks for your time.